Hi, welcome back to Erin's Reading Corner. Today I just got back from the LA Times Festival of Books, so I'm going to show you some of the stuff I got from the different booths. Starting off not with books, but with kind of bookish merch. We went to Annabelle's book club, and I got this mystery bag that came with a t-shirt, a beanie, a keychain, and a sticker. This is the beanie. It has their logo on it, or name. This really big sticker that says I spent it all on books. I've never seen a sticker this big. And then probably my favorite thing from the bag, well, it's tied between this and the t-shirt, is this really pretty keychain that says the Ritz Paris. And here's the t-shirt that was in it. It says, I see books in your future. And then also from that booth, I got this really cool bookmark that reminds me of Audrey Hepburn. So everything else I got was books, including a blind date with a book that I will open at the end of the video. So the first book I want to talk about is Half a Soul. It was from this little book truck cart where it was just books on shelves on a cart, like a little van. It was really cute. I don't remember the name of it though. Anyways, I got Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater from there, and it's about a young woman named Theodore Eddings who has been cursed by a fairy and has no sense of fear or embarrassment. So she causes a lot of situations that create scandal, because this is during Regency England, and she hopes to be a quiet, sensible wallflower during the London season. But when Elias Wilder, the handsome, peculiar, and utterly ill-mannered Lord Saucier, discovers her condition, she is instead drawn into dangerous fairy affairs. It kind of reminded me of The Rose Bargain, but just instead of being YA, being an adult one. So I'm hoping I like it just as much as I liked that book. And then speaking of The Rose Bargain, I picked up a copy of The Thorn Queen at another booth, and it's really pretty and shiny. I'm not going to read a description of this one because it's a sequel book, but it's another one where it's in Regency England, and it's fairies are on the throne of England, and a bunch of girls are trying to marry the fairy prince, but there's the catch that if you participate in his courting, you can only marry him ever and stuff. And it's really interesting and really fast paced and stuff. And it was one of my favorite books of last year, so I'm really looking forward to getting into this one. So then we went by the Ripped Bodice, and we got a few books that I'm looking forward to. One of them is The Second Death of Locke by V.L. Bovalino. This one is about love, loyalty, and sacrifice. Grey Flynn has dedicated her life to her mage, Kier. She will be his blade on the battlefield, his healer and protector. The deep well of raw power inside her is Kier's to wield. They are bound together by blood and magic, but there is one truth Grey dare not reveal, not even to Kier. When a quest to protect the child of an enemy kingdom pulls them into a dangerous mission, Grey will need to decide what she's willing to sacrifice to protect her secret. For Grey is no ordinary magic will, and if she dies, all magic dies with her. And then also from that same booth, I got a copy of A Court of Thorns and Roses. So this will be my first time reading the series, and I'm really looking forward to it because I've heard nothing but good things about it. And I decided with books 6 and 7 announced to be coming out, I believe, later this year and the start of next year, I thought it'd be a good time to get into the series. If you haven't heard what it's about, I can read the back description. When 19-year-old huntress Feyre kills a wolf in the woods, a terrifying creature arrives to demand retribution. Dragged to a treacherous magical land she knows about only from legends, Feyre discovers that her captor is not truly a beast, but one of the lethal immortal fairies who once ruled her world. At least he's not beast all the time. As she adapts to her new home, her feelings for the fairy Tamlin transform from icy hostility into a fiery passion that burns through every lie she's been told about the dangerous world of the Fae. But something is not right. In the fairylands, an ancient wicked shadow is growing, and Feyre must find a way to stop it or doom Tamlin and his world forever. The last book I got from the Rip Bodice is Thrown in the Dark by A.K. Caggiano. I've heard really good things about this one, that it has kind of similar vibes to The Assistant to the Villain trilogy. Or right now it's a trilogy, it will be a 4-part series. And that's one of my favorite fantasy series, so I'm really hoping I'll like this one too. It says, his dark destiny awaits and nothing will stand in his way except her. Dark Lord, demon spawn, prophesized realm destroyer. With a demon for a father, Damien Malficus Bloodthorn's destiny could be nothing but nefarious, and with the completion of his most vicious spell, Damien is on the cusp of fulfilling the evil inevitability all of his dark machinations have led to. And then her, bubbly, obnoxious blonde, harboring secrets of her own, a tiny yet troublesome thief, calling herself Amma, completely upsets Damien's malevolent plans when she mistakenly gets chained to his side through magic, forcing him to drag her across the realm. Killing her would fix things, of course, but the nauseatingly sweet Amma proves herself useful on Damien's unholy crusade, and then proves herself the source of something even more sinister. Feelings. Will Damien be forced to abandon his villainous birthright to help the tender thorn in his side, or will he manage to overcome the virtue Amma insists on inspiring and instead cut it out at the heart? And then, not counting the blind date with the book, the last book I got was The Defender by Anna Huang. I started the series last year and I really liked it, so I was really looking forward to continuing it, and when I saw a copy I just had to get it. So it's an interconnected series of standalones, so you don't have to read them in order. But this one is, he has to play by the rules, but for her he'd break them all. As the captain of Black Castle Football Club and one of the highest paid athletes in the game, Vincent Dubois should be on top of the world, but when his fame brings danger to his doorstep, he finds himself in a nightmare scenario, sharing a flat with his coach's daughter, knowing full well she's far too big a temptation for him to resist. When his new living arrangements escalate into a bet that throws them even closer together, he realizes he's in deeper trouble than he thought. He always played to win, but for her he might just risk it all. As a sport nutritionist and daughter of the legendary coach Brooklyn Armstrong is used to dealing with hotshot athletes, however, no player gets under her skin like Vince and her best friend's infuriating, cocky, and gorgeous brother. She left California hoping for a fresh start, and he's the kind of distraction she doesn't need. Now he's sleeping in the room next to hers, while her career is up in the air and her defenses are crumbling. But no matter how many sparks fly between them, a relationship between the captain and the coach's daughter could never work, could it? And so that's almost all the books I got. The last one I got is this blind date with the book, so I'm gonna start unwrapping it. So attached to the outside were a couple of stickers. One says Lost in a Good Book, and the other says Book Nerd. Also in that front pocket was a little magnetic bookmark. And this thing I'm trying to get out. Oh, a little book review sticker. Deeper in it, there's this really pretty bookmark, which is the same on both sides. This very cute little velvety scrunchie. A pink pen. Ooh, an eye mask. I thought this was tea or something. So that's exciting. And this reading list where you can put some of your most recent reads. And then let's open it up and see what I got. Oh, the description of it was 3.66 stars, fantasy, romance, adult, and historical. it's really pretty. It's called Entwined by H.M. Long. Audley Rushworth hides from the Mighty Sorcerers Guild as secretary to a has-been detective, but Audley is also entwined. Threads of magic run beneath her skin, and the guild would trap her in service, hoping to escape the guild with her estranged fiancé, the soldier and smuggler Louis Illy. Audley must track down a stolen artifact to buy her freedom, but her sisters, Pretoria, a quick-witted sorceress and thief, and Madge, guild mage to the core, make offers just as unwelcome as the guild, sacrificing everything for a new life or safety in a gilded cage. With her life on the line, Audley must track down the artifact in a city being torn apart by prejudice and violence. She must choose who she wants to be, the fugitive or the entwined. So it sounds really good. And it's a really pretty cover. And I had never heard of this book, so that's really exciting. That's the last of what I got. And I might insert a couple of B-roll clips of the festival that I took. Other than that, have a good rest of your day, and bye.